Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. A very, very special day for a very, very special guy. And I'm talking about the one, the only Tom Hovel, 32 years with the City of Fitchburg. Your city planner and zoning administrator has hit retirement. Tom, thank you so much for being here. It's your first time and your last time. It's happened twice since I've been in this job where I've had a chance to talk to somebody only once, and then they leave. So I appreciate you taking the time out. Congratulations,
Well,
first and foremost, on a long, hard-felt, great career. I think from everybody's city standpoint, you know, thank you cannot be said enough to you. And again, I appreciate taking the time today to do this. We're going to get to know you. We're going to learn a little bit about where Fitchburg was to where it is today. Just going to pick your brain, and I know
okay.
there's just not enough time to go through everything, but we'll try to hit the highlights today. So, first, right out of the gate here, Tom, tell us, our audience, a little bit about yourself and why you got into planning.
Okay, I was born and raised in Sun Prairie, Wisconsin, so just basically northeast side of Madison. And I think one of the things that struck me when I was growing up, obviously, graduated from high school in 1976, college in 1980, um, was the amount of development that was going on. And I remember as we would travel, bike out of Sun Prairie or travel around, heading east or west or whatever, mainly west, you saw all this development. And I saw, rural subdivisions popping up here and there. And I thought, oh, well, that's interesting, and then you saw how it would take good farmland, things like that. So I think that's kind of what drove me to the planning field was that kind of aspect that I saw. And I also remember traveling down to Chicago to see some relatives on my mom's side and then kind of, would walk around Chicago and kind of get a feel for the city and see so I got a different experience, kind of that rural small town feeling what was some prairie when I originally started and then, the big city of Chicago.
So taking that piece and what you have done now in the last 32 years, I'm sure it's changed a little bit, but tell us what is your job, your day-to-day work here at the city?
Okay. Well, I think day to day, every day is different. And we take a look in the planning department. We go from like what I call the 50,000 foot level, the high plane, and that's our kind of our master comprehensive plan. And we take it all the way down to the specific level of site plans and building plans. So, in the same day, we cover the whole range in between. So, and there's a number of projects we have besides issuing zoning permits for houses or new buildings. We have architectural and design reviews that we do for most of the new commercial projects that go up in the city. We review plats for compliance with the subdivision code, their layout to make sure things work. We look at it from a transportation utility standpoint, and we gather comments and have discussions with other staff, particularly engineering, on plats or these other projects as how they affect the infrastructure or whatever that we have in the city, or what capacities they need, and are they over capacity or fit within capacity. So there's always some particular issue every day that will come up that's kind of unique to that day, and sometimes we go on. But we have a number of things that we work on. Up, for example, right now the Healthy Neighborhoods Initiative is fairly a large item that we have a staff member working on. We have tax increment districts that we've been doing mapping and some other work for. And then we were kind of helped with the rideshare program and other things. So, and then not to mention the fire stations, that we were kind of the lead on the fire stations as well.
Yeah, I didn't even have that on the question here, but you were honored at the recent East Fire Station as you've been here for all the fire station development projects here, which is pretty unique.
Yeah. Back in 1986, when I started work with the city of Fitchburg, they were, I think, can't remember what was bid, it was 86 or 87. They bid in addition to what was then public safety building and housed the fire department and the police department. And after the bid, the mayor, Jeannie Sealing, came to me and asked me if I would run that project because I think what she said they saw is that they were other staff were adding in things that had been cut by the improvements that what we call the then Improvements Service Committee, kind of like our Board of Public Works, had cut out to make it fit within budget. And so things started getting added in, which all of a sudden there's cost creep then. And So she asked me to take over that project. So I did that. It's funny because most of it was really in addition to the police station. It added a courtroom and some other places. In fact, if you looked at the building permit had police headquarters. The zoning permit that was issued, I put governmental use. So you can see where the building inspection department was looking.
Sure.
But there was some modifications and additions and remodeling done for the fire department as well. So yeah, that was the first project. Then I was involved with what was fire station number 2 when they built that over at the west edge of the city. And I can't remember, I think that was bid in like 93. And then of course we had the 2 new stations, the west station, which replaced old station 2, which is now called, the new station is still called station 2.
Yeah.
And then, and I got that when Paul Woodard left the city for Janesville. He said that I should probably take that project over from him. So I took that project, which really we had to go through design